did you guys like that for an intro? Okay, I know it was a little bit dramatic, but this old dog just learned a new trick. Woohoo! Speed ramps. Anyway, that aside, today Burton is looking at another tool. It's DeWALT's new DCS355 multi-oscillating tool, or Oscillating Multi-Tool, whichever way you want to say that. Not really new to DeWALT. I think it's been out since 2013, 2014, somewhere around there, but new to me. I have never had one of these, never used one, never really had the need for one, and probably still don't have the need for one. But, you know, I couldn't resist. So I bought the NT kit, the DCS355NT. Now that NT stands for like the stuff that it comes with. Mine came with this neat little carry case, which I'll probably never use again. It came with the bare tool. Now it didn't come with this battery. This battery comes with, you know, those other products that I bought previously. And it comes with a few things, a packet of little 2 packets of little goodies here. We'll have a look at these shortly. So what is it? It's an oscillating multi-tool. So it does sanding, grinding, cutting, you know, well, grinding, I suppose you could call it that. Basically, jack of all trades, but a master at none. Now, I've heard a lot about these tools, and a mate of mine said that his dad actually uses one. He builds kitchens and cabinets and that type of thing. And he says he uses, not specifically this one, but he uses an oscillating tool. I'm not too sure which brand. Thing. It could be a Bosch or something like that. But he's really enjoying it and he uses it a lot. And yeah, I thought, look, I want to give one of these things a try. I've watched a couple of videos about them and they seem to be quite handy. So yeah, keen to give it a try. Having a closer look at the tool itself, the build quality just from the outside, it's finished off really well, just like most of the DeWALT tools are. They've got these rubber overmoldings. That's normally a thermoplastic elastomer. And then the outer casing or shell is normally this yellow bit here. Also finished off very well. You can see the molds that these things are cast into are still very good. And normally these are nylon PA6 with glass fiber reinforcing 20 or 30%. Yeah, overall looks pretty damn good. It is a solid little machine. It's got a good weight to it, especially when you clip the battery on. It's actually very nicely weighted. I would imagine it would be better balanced with a smaller 2 amp battery, but it's really not bad. The grip, very comfortable. Just reminds me of a drills grip, one of these. Reminds me very much of one of these grips. Very comfortable to hold. Also like the switch. Now it's got a like a pedal type of switch. It's actually a multi-pivot switch, so you can press the back or the front to get it to operate, or you can press the center, which does really nothing. It just kind of tilts in one direction. But that is quite neat. Another thing that this tool is very well known for is its quick change tool or disc cutting mechanism, really, if you want to say that. And that just uses this little lever in the front here. Now, don't be fooled. This little lever, it looks like it is aluminium, but it's actually made out of plastic. Now, it is a PA66 glass fiber reinforced 50%. So it's a nylon. It's going to be quite a tough plastic. And glass fiber reinforced 50%, which is like 20% more than what we would normally do. And I would expect that because there's, you know, you've got to really push down quite hard to open up the little teeth to put the tool on. It's quite a stiff spring. So I also originally thought this was aluminium, but no, don't be fooled, it is plastic. Taking a look at some of the specs on the machine, and also, you know, you can see them in the manual. I was reading that earlier. This is the 18 volt XR version. Now in America or other parts of the world, it's the 20 volt max. It's the same thing really. 300 watts input power and 170 watts output power. Now, don't exactly know what that means, but I'm guessing that it draws 300 watts from the battery at kind of full tilt, and the output power, you know, the work that it's doing or the energy that it's giving you at the end user point is 170 watts. So, you know, that's at a guess. Absolutely no idea. That's just my dog nonsense. It oscillates at 20,000 oscillations per minute, so it's quite a lot. And the oscillation degrees, so it goes from side to side at 1.6 degrees. So not a bad little tool. As for runtimes, it's going to vary, depends on if you're using the 2 amp battery, the 5 amp battery, the 60 volt 9 amp battery. That, you know, all I know is that I've got these batteries, so I will be testing it over time. But I don't think with a tool like this you're not really going to have runtime issues, because you're just doing small short bursts of cutting or sanding or like grinding out the grout between tiles, that type of thing. Oh, and it is 1.1 kilograms, like that. The battery is obviously very in weight, so not a very heavy tool, but heavy enough to instill confidence when you are using it. Something to think about if you are trying to do some accurate cuts, you know, kind of cutting cornices or skirtings, or, you know, doing anything that you need a bit of finesse. Having a bit of weight behind the tool makes it also a little bit sturdy when you're looking for that precision. It's got that variable speed that I mentioned earlier, well, at least I think I did. So the harder you pull the trigger, then the faster the machine goes, and you can start off really slowly, which gives you that nice precision. The trigger's also got a locking position, so you can lock the machine on. If you pull the trigger and then push the little button, it locks itself on. It's also got a trigger safety lock, so you take this little black button here and you push it all the way in until it clicks, and then the trigger is locked out, or, you know, the tool is locked from inadvertently being bumped on. Now, this is quite important, because when you've got a blade on you, now let me get one of these blades out. I mean, you can imagine if you've got one of these blades, now this is like a hacksaw blade type of blade, if that is in the tool and you are, you know, you're busy putting in a new blade, so let's say you're pulling the little mechanism over here and you're trying to clip it in, and you can see your hand is quite close to the button there, or the trigger. So as you're putting this thing in and your hand could pull the trigger, this thing could jump into life and it's going to chow your hands. Now, this isn't really that bad, but you get some of the wood cutting ones where the teeth are quite coarse and very, very sharp. So very important to remember that either take the battery off when you are changing tools, or to lock the switch. That is going to stop you from bleeding all over the place. As we said earlier, as multi-tools go, it's got a nice quick release or quick change mechanism. So all you have to do is literally just squeeze it down and clip your blade into place, and it's done. So that is quite neat, although it does kind of limit you to using DeWALT's blades. Now, I think the Dremel products, they use the same type of mechanism where that clips in. But if you do have other tools, other multi-tools from other manufacturers, then they do give you, I think it was this thing here. Now, this is just a small little nut. Nut and arbor, or an arbor nut basically. So what you do is you put this small thing onto there, and then you screw this into the front, and then what you can do is you can put your existing tools, you can put your existing tools into that gap, and then you tighten them up. So yep, that is also quite a neat little feature, although I don't know how well this is going to work. It's got very small little not ribs, but crests on this washer. Now, I think those little crests will grip onto the tools that you have. Well, let's hope so. Although it's not going to be any match for actually indexing on these little holes and those little teeth. So some of the things it comes with is this pile of stuff here. Rigid scraper blade, a 9.5mm blade for detailed cutting of wood, a 31mm blade for cutting wood with nails in it, a 31mm blade for fast cutting of wood, dust extraction adapter pipe, cutting guide adapter and rolling pin, hex key for fastening the blade adapter set for off-brand blades, dust extractor fitting, a 3x100mm semicircular carbide grout removal blade, a 100mm semicircular general purpose cutting blade, sanding pad adapter, and 25 assorted sandpaper pieces. Another nice feature about this accessory kit is that if you are sanding, now man, how quick was that just to get a sanding disc on. I've put the sanding discs back in the packet, so I'm not going to take them out now. But it's got this dust extraction unit, so that actually just screws on the right hand side. Screws, same type of Allen key little bolt, or little bolt. So that just screws into there, and it kind of lines up with this I don't know, sanding head, if you want to call it that. If you have a close look there, it's got a small hole in it, and if you, there we go, if you clip it on, that hole lines up with your dust extraction. So quite neat if you're trying to do some sanding indoors and you want to keep everything nice and dust free. So overall, quite a nice little unit. Let's go and cut something or grind or do whatever this thing does. And there we have it. Quite an impressive little tool. I reckon, especially if you need to do some cutting in those tight little spots, definitely going to be something worth having around. Over the next couple of months, I'm going to use this thing and hopefully give you some feedback if I remember down the line. Also, if you are keen to see what it's like inside, I think I'm going to do a teardown of this tool, so let me know in the comments section below if you are keen on that. Otherwise, guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. It really does help me out. And for those of you that have subscribed already and regularly watch the content that I upload, thank you very much for that. And for all of you that have been watching today and have stuck around to the end, thank you very much for watching. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked that video. Please leave whatever comments you want to in the comment section. Share the videos with your friends and family. I need all the help I can get to grow my channel. If you didn't like the video, well, again, thanks for sticking around. And until next time, guys, keep safe. Cheers.